Scorpios. So I already shuffled some cards just to take the time out of the way, you feel me? And I'm pulling out some of your energy, and a lot of cards were just popping out, so you have strong energy, basically. What I'm trying to say. Scorpios, this could be you another person. Like, if the energy doesn't resonate to you, then it's for someone else, or if someone else in your energy field, or whatever the fuck, you get me? So Three of Swords, you could be feeling backstabbed, almost betrayed. It could mean heartbroken, it could mean stressed, it could mean angry, it could mean anything that really rises your emotions. You get like really grinds your gears, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this is like a heartbreak type card because it's the Three of Swords. It could have been a third-party situation, but this person is or the skeleton is basically being stabbed in the back by someone they relied on. Not even just relied on, but trusted, if that makes sense. So with the Two of Swords next to it, it seems like you have to make a decision, or someone here has to make a decision. There is a lot of swords, so it seems like this is not mind games, but it's sort of like, this is not in your head either, because it's not in your head, but it's you're thinking about it, and you're heavily thinking about it, and there's a decision. Or it could mean that you're just trying to ignore it, and you're trying to not that you're not trying to see the situation, but it's more like you're still confused. You still have questions, and that's why you can't make the decision yet, because you still have questions about the situation, what happened, why, or whatever happened, you know? Because I'm not, you know, whatever you're heartbroken about, seems like you have to make a decision about something. It doesn't even have to be heartbroken. It doesn't mean you could be like heartbroken, but it just mean like you're angry about something, or you're mad about something, or you're not happy about something, you feel betrayed, anything like that. You feel me? So with the Two of Swords, that's basically telling me that, okay, well, you have this decision to make, because in like, I know it doesn't really show really well in these, but they usually have a blindfold over their face with the Two of Swords, so it's sort of like, it's like you don't have all the, not the credibility, but all the evidence, I guess, to make a decision, because there's always that what if. So it's like, you want to make a decision, you make a decision, then you go back on your decision, something like that. So, and then the Tower in reverse came out, and seeing the Tower in the upright would mean that a dramatic change has happened, a life-altering event or something like that. But see, it's in reverse, so it seems like something just keeps repeating, and something keeps, like, there's no change, and there's nothing new, or there's no transformation between anything, or transformation in your situation. And maybe that's why it's like you're getting frustrated, is because there's not an equal give and take, but sort of like a change. It just seems like things are repeating themselves, especially with the World in reverse. This doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means that you feel that you could feel suffocated almost. You could feel like suffocated in your own thoughts, like almost like you think so hard that your head starts to hurt because of this. But it could mean that you are just constantly in this cycle, and you don't want to be in this cycle anymore. You want to break free, basically. Now, you could be dealing with an air sign, or if this is your energy, just because it's a queen doesn't mean it has to be female or male. It doesn't have to be, but it is an energy of coming through. Like, there could have been someone who came in with some type of communication, honesty, opinion, because the Queen of Swords can be very opinionated, and it's just sort of like, not hard-headed, but they're very fixed on their opinion. So they could have came in with this, if you're dealing with this kind of person, or like almost like you're dealing with someone who just gives their opinion too much. Or if this is you, you had to step up and make that decision, and you had to step up and tell them that you're making this decision. And so when I pulled this out, I was basically, what is the Queen of Swords basically preaching? Because the Queen of Swords is always preaching something. Okay, I thought my phone was like dying. Okay, and so the Eight of Cups, so if you're dealing with this person and this person isn't you, or it could go vice versa, it seems like they're trying to make it really prevalent that they've moved on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to almost make you jealous in a sense, but it's almost, they're just trying to make themselves look good. That makes sense. So they're just trying to make themselves look better than what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so with the Tower in reversed, the Ace of Cups in reverse came out, and that could mean like you're not finding new love, or not even you're not finding new love, but you're not finding anyone that you could really put your love into. You're not seeing anyone that, you know, catches your eye. You're not even catches your eye, but catches your heart. You haven't seen that, and that's like almost like you feel like bad luck, like you have bad luck in love, which that isn't the case, because if you're like hung up on an ex, it's just because energy is not going to allow you to bring someone else in, because they need you to transform before that happens. And so with the Ace of Cups in reverse, Judgment came out. So like I said, Judgment, maybe you came to a realization that not that you don't need anyone, but you don't need anyone but yourself. if that makes sense, for now. Like, at least have some time to yourself. And I feel like that's what Scorpios want right now, is just have some alone time, if that makes sense. Like, they're not really feeling anyone, and they're not going to go out of their way just to go feel someone, you know what I'm saying? And so with the Judgment, it's like, look, I just want this cycle to end. I just want it to be done with. And, you know, if I find love down the road, I find love down the road. I feel like Scorpios just want to work on themselves, though, because that's not mainly where their problems are coming from. But if you think about it, you're the one thinking about it, and you're the one obsessing over it, or whatever it is, or whatever this decision is, or whatever heartbreak is, you're dealing with it, right? So it's like, only you can change it, and I feel like you know that. And let me pull out some more cards. So how is the person that Scorpio is dealing with? How are they feeling towards Scorpio? Person from October, the rest of October 2018. How are they communicating or acting towards the person that they are dealing with? Damn it, you know, these cards just sometimes they give you a hard time. Okay, let's pull that out. Okay. King of Swords in reverse, Santa Marie. I don't read this because this is just part of the tarot deck, and honestly, this is the same shit as the world. Like, that's unnecessary. Okay, but person you're dealing with, they came out with some type of, it doesn't have to be male, but it's a King of Swords. It's very, not dominant energy, but it's in the reverse. So they could be acting like they're being honest, or they're coming out with, not even like, it's just really blunt, but like blunt to where it's hurtful, because the swords is head, right? It's in your head. And so when someone's offended or something, they come out with something hurtful. And that's kind of how I see the King of Swords. It kind of like, it's like an ego shock. That's how I see the card. It's that this person, what is it? It's like they can't handle that you're handling your shit, and that they can't, if that makes sense. I don't know, but this, I don't know why, but maybe someone's talking, no, I'm not saying someone's talking behind your back, but this could be one person, like maybe someone has been talking behind your back, and that's like the person you're dealing with, or whatever it is. Like, if you're not in a love relationship, this could be your best friend, I don't know. But the King of Swords in reverse is basically just someone who's like dishonest, and someone who's not gonna commit to anything, or even when they say something, it doesn't they don't actually mean it, because the King of Swords in reverse, they're being dishonest and they're not using their head, you know what I'm saying? They're just using their emotions, basically. And so with the Five of Pentacles, something ended between you two, or something just, there couldn't be, what is it, a conclusion, you know what I mean? Like, it's, let me just, Five of Pentacles, what is this Five of Pentacles here in the upright first? What's this Five of Pentacles here? We'll pull in the middle, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So they also feel that even though it's ended, I don't know, because like a cycle keeps going on for them too, because the Wheel of Fortune is constantly going with, it's constantly being on this hayride and not going anywhere. So it's like almost like they're acting like they're moving on, but they really not, Scorpio. They really not. This could be for a couple people, but I don't, if you're not dealing with anyone, then I don't think this is for you. But it seems like this person's trying way too hard to make it seem like they're all fine and dandy when they're not. You know what I mean? And so what's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse for Scorpio? What is this Wheel of Fortune in reverse for Scorpio? Okay, so I don't know who this is. I'm not gonna name who it is because I'm not that bitch. But the Page of Wands, this could be a fire sign or whatever. It could be your energy or someone else's energy. I don't know. But the Page of Wands is basically, because when I'm reading for Scorpio, it's literally just giving me the energy that they are withholding. And you can withhold someone else's energy. It happens all the time when you're in a relationship, when you're with friends or whatever, with your mom, with your dad. Like, you can withhold their energy. So Page of Wands is basically, this is someone who wants to make some type of communication. This person could be flirting a lot, I don't know, but this is some type of, it's not even like the Knight of Wands where they come in with a conversation. This is just a hey, you know what I mean? The Page of Wands is just like planning on some type of communication and what they're gonna say, basically, with the Page of Wands. So this could be you or the other person, I'm not sure. Then you have the Eight of Pentacles. You have two eights, which is really good, Scorpio, because 8 is transformation. So even though the Tower is in reverse, it seems like maybe things haven't changed in your situation, but you've changed definitely, because the 8 is here. Like, there's 2, 3 8s in here, so that's good. That's transformation. So then you have the Eight of Pentacles. So you or another person, this could be you, honestly, or another person is putting effort into something. There's something that someone is working on, and it doesn't necessarily, it could be work. It could be working on work because it's Eight of Pentacles. Maybe there's a job that you, I don't know, but this is a love reading, so I don't know. But the Eight of Pentacles is someone practicing their work, and not just practicing it, but perfecting it and putting effort into it and constantly keep working at it, you know what I mean? And like, this could be you trying to work on yourself, maybe you trying to work on your communication skills, or you trying to plan for a type of communication to get closer, whatever it is. Or it could be you working on a yard that day. I mean, I don't know. What is this Eight of Pentacles here? What are they putting effort to? Thank you, thank you. The moon, yeah, so there's a secret maybe, or an illusion that it could have already came out, or maybe you're working on to get it out of that person. Like maybe you're trying to talk to this person, trying to get it out of them, if that makes sense. With the moon in reverse, it's a in the upright it would mean a secret's being withheld and there's illusion, there's something that's not meeting the eye that needs to. But at the same time, in the reverse, this can mean that a secret is going to present itself, or it's going to come out, or that you were impatient and you want it to come out already, or you feel there's a secret that needs to be let out, and this is why you're putting effort to communication, or whatever it is. Or this could be the other person with you. I don't know. What is this moon in reverse for Scorpio? Yeah, so things just seem to be really unbalanced, and it's not an equal give and take, and it's not even just imbalanced with them. But see, when you're working with this person, it takes, not takes away your emotions, but it imbalances your emotions, and it balances your hormones. It makes you just, you know, it's like almost being hangry, but in a heartbroken sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, without balance, I feel like we are, not we are, but I feel like when I don't have balance, I have a Scorpio moon. I'm a bitch, okay? So I feel like with this, it's really taking not a toll, but I know that temperance is all about, well, I keep saying balance, but that's really what it's about. It's about equal give and take. It's about hope being restored. It's about wishes being granted, anything like that. But it's in reverse, so it kind of seems like things are just not working in your favor, especially with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the World in reverse. Things are just not working in your favor. You could be living out some bad karma. But I say that, I swear I will find the justice in reverse. But a Temperance right here, this is telling me that it's not just affecting your home life or your mental side, it's affecting your emotional side and how you see things and perceive things too. It's not just like it's your whole life. You know what I'm saying? It could mean like, you know, you try to find new love, but it's just hard because this person gave you trust issues, or this person, you're still not over them, so it's hard. You know what I'm saying? But there is the action being taken on something, and I'm gonna see what that is. What is the Eight of Wands here for Scorpio? Maybe you're working on some type of communication. Two of Pentacles, you're juggling something. Maybe you're juggling on coming forward to this person, or this person's juggling on coming forward to you. There's something being, it could be a situation, it could be two people, it could be two life-changing decisions, whatever it is, but you're juggling two things, and it seems like back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be back and forth and like talking to this person. You could be like, oh, fuck that bitch, and be like, no, she needs to know the truth, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You'd be back and forth with your thoughts, which would explain the Two of Swords. Two. What are they juggling? Yeah, you're trying to at the same time, you're trying to stop fighting for this. You're trying to let it go and let your defense down. Not even your defense, but not even let your guard down, but it's just you don't want to fight about this anymore, and you don't want to constantly be, it's like you don't want to be too headstrong, but you don't want to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? You're trying to keep it even, and you're trying to, you know, play it cool, basically. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're trying to play it cool. This is definitely like an, yeah, you're planning something. Wow, the Ace of Pentacles. You are planning something, Scorpio. There's something here that is being planned. This could be work. This could be you planning something for your work, looking forward to a future. This honestly gives me like a work vibe because it's Two Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is someone, or the Page of Pentacles is planning. It's planting a seed, and guess what the Ace of Pentacles is? It's a seed. So it's like you already planned to plant this, and look, you have it in your hands. So whatever you're planning or whatever you're putting effort into is, I mean, it's going good. I mean, look at this. We get the Ace of Pentacles. That's a new opportunity. That's an opportunity you should take. So if there's something you've been working on or you're passionate about, go for it. You know what I mean? What's this Page of Pentacles? What's this Page of Pentacles for Scorpio? Oh, okay. Yeah, see, Scorpio, things are gonna go better because right now with the Knight of Wands, this is it's basically the Seven of Wands too. Like the Seven of Wands also, because the seven always reminds me of the number before transformation. So usually it's a hardship, if that makes sense. Like there's changes, there's a lot of changes, and so you're trying to adjust to that, and not even just to adjust that to your day-to-day life, because you're like changed or whatever it was, if you were in a breakup or whatever the fuck, because this kind of seems like a breakup reading. And but you got the Justice in the upright, which is a good card because this means that karma is gonna work in your favor. So things aren't working in your favor right now, but soon it's gonna go like this, probably during the Mercury retrograde, because that's when it hits back. And I think we're gonna be Mercury retrograde in Scorpio too. So I don't know if it's Mars, I don't know what it is, but the Justice is basically things are going to become fair. At one point, when you transform, at one point, things will become fair. You know what I mean? The karma's working on your side, basically. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What is crossing the Justice for Scorpio? Okay. So Scorpio, you're offering stability, and it might not even, you're not even offering it to them, but you're giving yourself stability and you're kind of relying on yourself. It seems like you've been doing a lot of self-work, so you've been relying on yourself and creating your self-work. This honestly seems like you've been focusing on your work a lot, because this is someone building themselves, and it's also coming to a point of stability and having everything that you want. I mean, he's holding a treasure box right now, you know what I'm saying? And Three of Pentacles, but at the same time with the Knight of Wands, if you're dealing with this person, you're not communicating with them. Like, you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna be the first one who communicates with them, and then so you're not putting effort into it, you're not making it grow, you don't want it to grow because you want them to make it grow, you feel me? So it's like you're almost waiting on them, but at the same time you're not, you know, I don't want to wait for anybody, but at the same time you're kind of hoping. And so the Knight of Wands is basically no communication. With the Page of Wands, you want to, you're thinking about it, but you're not, you know what I mean? So you're still not putting effort into it. What is an advice card for Scorpio? What is an advice card for Scorpio? Yeah, look, you're waiting on something, you're waiting on happiness. Don't wait on happiness, create it. You can't wait on happiness, it'll never find you, you have to find it. Okay. What are they not putting effort into, Scorpios? What are they not putting? Save Swords in reverse. Pentacles in reverse. What are they not? Maybe you're trying to ignore that heartbreak. You're just trying to ignore that. So, seems like you already made a decision. Or at the end of the month, you're going to make a decision. Maybe you're not putting effort into it because you've made that decision that you're not going to be the first one to come back. You know what I mean? Nine of Cups, but it's hard because at the same time, you saw a family with that person. You saw, like, everything. You saw the home life, you saw stability, so it's very hard to find someone else that you could put that in. And at the same time, you really don't want to, because like, not that you only see this person for you, but it's more like you're still hung up on them, and that's fine, you know? Or if you're not even dealing with an ex, this is probably just for one person. I mean, honestly, because it's so straightforward, but it could be like a friend or whatever it is. I don't know. Yeah. So they could have been a third-party situation, or someone was indulging in friendships and trying to have fun with their friends. It could mean two different things. And you have the Ten of Swords, so you're letting go of the burdens and you're letting go of the stress, which is good. That's a good thing. That's going to lead to transformation. And so with the Six of Cups, you're reminiscing on the past, but you're not reminiscing on the good part. You're kind of reminiscing on what they did wrong to you, if that makes sense. And if I could give you any advice, do not focus on what they did wrong to you, because that's just going to create more anger and more hurt, and that's never going to heal. Like, if you pick a scab, is it gonna heal? No, it's basically what you're doing when you're like, oh my god, they did this to me. You know, because it's basically picking a scab. So, you know, it's gonna be hard, but find good things, because then okay, so they benefited my life, and so I can benefit it more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So overall theme is the Four of Wands. So yeah, you're looking for stability and the strength right here. You're becoming stronger. You know what I mean? Even though it doesn't seem like it. It seems like every day you're becoming weaker. It makes you stronger when you can focus on these emotions and you can let it out, or not even just let it out, but fix it. Not even just fix it, but think about it and acknowledge it and know it's there and then move on. That's kind of how it is. You know, when you're going through a breakup, you can't just, yes, it's hard not to dwell on it, but something that helps is really think about it. Like, you think about it. Don't just take it out of your head like that, because whatever you don't face will shadow you. So what's good to do is sort of like, what was I even going to say? I forgot what I was even going to say. Hold up. Okay, think about it. You know, think about it, absorb it, and come to a conclusion about what happened. You know, for example, let's say, this isn't a good example, but let's say my dog went outside and I was thinking about it at night. I'm like, okay, so my dog went outside, he came inside, everything's good, everything's fine, I'm living, I'm good, I'm blessed, you know what I mean? And so that's kind of how you have to see it, you know, like, if someone cheated on you, be like, yeah, they cheated on me, but at least I know not to be with no cheater, at least I left his ass, at least I know my worth like that, at least I ain't gonna be no trick, you feel me? So something like that, you know what I mean? Something like that. And be like, yes, I'm blessed because I know my worth, something like that, you know? And at the same time, you could be dodging a bullet. People, I mean, spirit doesn't give you people that you don't deserve, if that makes sense. Because usually when people see themselves as like, I'm not worthy of this, they get attracted to negative people. And so maybe they saw you, not even that they saw you as more worth, but you saw yourself as more worth. So it's almost like they're protecting you from that person, feel me? So here's the strength card. You're staying strong. You're staying strong to gain your stability back, which is good. And I'm gonna leave it there, Scorpio. And if you're gonna listen to a song, one song I want you Scorpios to listen to is Redbone by Childish Gambino. I know that's an old ass song, but to be honest, I was really feeling that song when I was doing this for you guys. So I'm picking another one. I'm not picking this one because I already picked this one for someone. I'm not picking that one. Sorry. I'll be so mad. I keep picking the ones that I've already picked, and I don't want to do that because that's not fun. That's no fun. Okay, Scorpio. Yeah, see, this fits you more. See, I should have just thought about it more. Okay, so I don't know if you guys like rock. This is like classic rock. You know, it's the classics. It's a classic by Aerosmith. It's like I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, and it's kind of makes sense because like I'm not gonna go into it. Okay, I'm not gonna go. It's already long enough. But have a blessed day and good luck on your journey.